So, as a lot of you guys knows, I just recently bought this brand new KTM 690 SMC R. Absolutely an amazing bike, fantastic, really fun, Supermoto. But a lot of you guys may be wondering, for you noobs out there, can you start on this bike? Because it's not a liter bike, doesn't have crazy power, but it is very powerful for a Supermoto. But can a new rider start on this bike?
Let's go for a ride. Subscribe today.
If you want to get my gear like this ultra lightweight carbon fiber helmet, motovlog camera, airbag vest to help keep you safe, all of my gear, I always include links in the description and comment section. First off, I have to say, guys, that the ride height on this 690 is really not that tall. If you measure here from the ground up, it's about 35 inches, I believe. 35 inches. My YZ actually feels a little bit taller than this bike. I mean, I'm 6 foot tall though, but I flat foot this bike with a little knee bend. So for those of you that are sitting at probably about 5'8" or so, maybe even a little shorter, you'll probably be just fine. And a lot of you guys, worry about seat height, but really with a bike that's pretty lightweight for its class, of being at about 350 plus pounds or whatnot, is that you can actually just use one leg as a kickstand. You don't have to flat foot your bike, guys. Seriously, there are chicks on YouTube that ride Supermotos that are like 5'2" and 3. You know what I'm saying? Go check out Sarah's. She rides Supermotos like a boss out here, man. She's a little gal. And she rides these Supermotos like no problem, man. So you dudes out there don't need to be worried about that. It's because you never rode a Supermoto. You know what I'm saying? And once you start riding the taller bike and you get used to it, you'll be like, man, it ain't nothing to you. It'll become second nature. So don't fear seat height. Please do not fear, unless you're like 4'11" or a midget or something, you shouldn't fear seat height, guys. But I'm going to keep it real with you in this video and let you know if a new rider, will be fine on this bike. I'm going to keep it real with you guys. Honestly, let me show you here. We'll demonstrate the power here of this bike. This bike is a very powerful bike. It's pretty powerful. I mean, look at this. It's quick, okay? It's not like a super bike, obviously. But you saw I just hit 0 to 70 like nothing, man. I mean, and this is in stock form here. This bike is a pretty quick bike. For a new rider, this could be a bit of a handful for you. Honestly, I'd say if you have some throttle experience, you've been riding a bike, you're fairly new, but you've been riding, I don't know, whatever, a 400 or whatnot. This thing is fast, bro. Seriously, it's got the quick shifter too, so you can bang through them gears like nothing, bro. Up and down quick shifter. It's sick, man. But yeah, this bike is probably, it's too quick for a new rider, man, honestly. But if you got some throttle experience and you may be okay on this bike, I don't know, man. But I highly recommend, honestly, you start at the bottom and work your way up when it comes to Supermotos, like I did. Even though I had rode liter bikes and super sports and stuff, I had a CBR 1000 RR. I had a Aprilia Tuono. I've had fast bikes, but when it came to starting on the dual sport slash or Supermoto, I started at the bottom with a WR250R dual sport. Okay, that got me in these type of bikes to help me. I didn't want anything really powerful starting off. I wanted that to learn this type of bike, ride it off road, a smaller bike like that, and build my confidence and skill set up. You know what I'm saying? There's no way in hell I would start on a 690. You know what I'm saying? It's too much power for a new rider for this type of bike. Even if you've been riding for many years and you rode super bikes and really fast bikes, if you've never rode a dual sport, these type of dirt bike or anything like that, you need to start at the bottom and work your way up, man. So I get a Kawasaki KLX 230 or the Kawasaki KLX 300 SM. Either one of those Supermotos, or DRZ 400 is a great bike to start on, or WR250X if you can find one, the Supermoto version of the WR250R, or hell, start on a WR250R or any of the dual sports to get you in that world. Especially if you're wanting to be messing around off-road with the Supermoto. I really probably recommend that you start with the dual sport first and start and learn off-road and whatnot, as well as riding it on the road. If you're just going to be 100% street, then okay, that's fine, start on the Supermoto. But because you have to ride these Supermotos differently off-road than you would a normal dual sport, or dirt bike too, because it only has 17-inch wheels. The 17-inch front wheel doesn't go over logs at all like a 21-inch dual sport or dirt bike wheel will. Okay, so that's real talk with you, man. I learned the hard way with that. Ride my YZ450FX Supermoto off-road, and there was a hidden log that I wasn't expecting. It bucked me off. I landed on my shoulder awkwardly and jacked up my and broke my collarbone, man. The most painful, painful, boy, a lot of pain. I had to learn the hard way, but I shared with you guys so you don't have that problem. When you're riding a Supermoto off-road, you got to stay seated. You got to guide the bike over logs. You can't stand up and expect that front wheel to pull up on there, because also you're not going to get the traction like you would with knobbies. So it's hard to get that front wheel up off-road, especially if it's wet out. So you have to guide that bike over logs and stuff. Okay, I don't even really recommend riding Supermotos over logs and stuff. You just want to do some light off-road with it. But if you're going to get a Supermoto and mess around more off-road with the 17-inch wheels, put some ADV tires, like I do, the Shinko 705, like I have on my YZ. And I've never gotten stuck off-road, and I've flown around corners, no problems with those tires. They're great on the street, pretty good off-road. To me, they're the bulletproof, perfect tires to be an all-in-one hooligan with off-road and street. But yeah, starting on this bike, to my original question here, I say no. But if you're a rebel, like a lot of you guys are, and you got to start on the fast bike, go ahead. You're probably not gonna. You'll probably be okay. You know what I'm saying? If you grab a fistful of throttle in stock form, I mean, the grunt is not all balls to the wall like my YZ. They can buck you off. So you may be okay on the 690. But if you get the 690 and you mod it out where you open it up where it's got all that bottom end grunt, that could set you up for an effed up day probably, man. I don't know. I'll see when I mod this bike. Tell you, this thing rips, boy. I'm telling you, this thing has got some good power, man. More power. In my opinion, the power is overkill for a Supermoto. But it's perfect for those of you guys wanting to do an ADV, something that's an all-in-one bike. You can do a lightweight adventure build on it. You can do a Supermoto, of course, is what it is, and a dual sport. You can mess around off-road a little bit with it. I mean, this is a real great all-in-one bike that requires low maintenance. It feels really good sitting on it. Doesn't feel top-heavy. That's one thing that impressed me when I sat on it at the dealership, as I rocked it around like this, and I was like, dang, this thing feels pretty good. It didn't feel real heavy as I thought it would be. And it feels good out here. That quick shifter just is seamless, boy. Seamless. Oh my gosh, that quick shifter is good on this bike, man. I didn't even realize you need a quick shifter on a Supermoto, man. But after riding this, damn, I love it. Oh man, I tell you, too bad they don't make a smaller version of this bike for new riders to start on with the quick shifter and everything, man. Which I think you can add a quick shifter on the like the WR, DRZ, and the KLX. I didn't think you need one for a Supermoto, but I love this. I love it. I may add one on my YZ, maybe, man. I don't know. It's sick, bro. This is a sick bike, man. Seriously. A thumbs up to this bike, guys. This has been an amazing experience. Like, my eyes have been really opened up to KTM. Yeah, I heard all you guys hoot and holler about KTM, but now, after owning this bike and riding it for a while here, woo! This bike is legit, boy. Wait till I mod it too. Oh my goodness, man. Oh my goodness. But yeah, work your way up to this bike, man. Here. That quick shifter is seamless, boy. Pop, 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 pop. Just tick, 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 tick. Just goes, baby. But anyways, guys, make sure to hit thumbs up, hit the subscribe button, hit that little bell symbol so you get notified when my videos release. But I release new videos every Sunday, Tuesday, and Thursday at 11:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. So until next time, I'll catch you guys later.